But you know, it's not only cartoony, but there's no modeling. There's very little
Yeah,
shading and modeling in there.
yeah,
So it's just
it's
kind of
definitely like sample pages, sample pencil pages. It's screaming to be inked.
that and screaming for some more tonality. But then when they do the
Yeah,
tonality, it just doesn't look that hot. So I'm
yeah.
not sure what phase of her career Gail Schlescher is in here and where what she ended up doing. But you know, I would have moved this to the back, you know, farther back if including it at all. And then here you have like a whole different feeling. Like here it's like pencils that are reproduced, you know, fairly lightly, and then here it's pencils that are reproduced, you know, harder. I don't know, they just pumped up the saturation, but it looks a little more charcoaly and scratchy here. So she might have even like changed technique, or else, you know, they did something different with the printing. But I mean, you know, I don't know. This maybe I'm not being fair, but I don't know. This just isn't my thing. Um, Now we come to the walls of the city. Hard to read here. SCIT, and then this kind of like very abstract Y. The story by Steve Grant, art by Rich Larson and Tim Boxell. So this art is a little bit more professional, European, heavy metalish. Um, the zipatone is kind of distracting. You know, it's a very hard zipatone. Maybe lighten that up a little bit. Um, but they're getting into some kind of sci-fi story with blasters. You know, you have some cool backgrounds here. So I don't know if this is like some kind of futuristic landscape. But you know, the art seems pretty good here. Maybe a little bit rushed. You know, somebody's on the run. This reminds me of Logan's Run. This all kind of stuff without getting too much into the story. She'll be back soon enough, so she escapes out into the wild. There's a creature here looking at her. She's skinny dipping, and you know, here you got some nice tones. You know, some rendering and gray tones. So that, you know, this person understands like the dynamism that's needed for a black and white page.